and Gauri. Both of them did not have much money or facilities, but both of them used to be very happy. Gauri was now pregnant, so Shankar used to work hard for the bright future of his unborn child.
Gauri, take this. These are fruits. I have brought it from the farm. Eat this in abundance so that our child gets all the nutritions that he really needs.
Yes, I will eat it. But I will feel happy if you eat with me.
Shankar and Gauri loved each other so much that their problems became negligible. Together, they were leading a very happy life. But soon their happiness turned into sorrow. Gauri passed away as soon as the child was born.
Oh God, what have you done and why? You took my Gauri away from me? How will I live now? At least you should have thought of my small baby.
Shankar was heartbroken. He even stopped eating for several days. Shankar's daughter was brought up by her aunt, but even she went home after a few days. Now Shankar and his daughter were alone in the house. Shankar and his baby were sleeping when he had a dream.
Oh dear Shankar, wake up now.
Gauri, did you come back for me? Every moment of mine is really painful without you. Take me also with you, Gauri.
Did you hear that? Our baby girl is calling you. Would you leave her helpless like that?
Just then, Shankar felt a pang in his heart. Shankar cried out and said,
Please forgive me. I cannot come with you right now. Our daughter really needs me.
Shankar opened his eyes and he got up and he took his daughter in his arms and he said,
My lovely doll, please forgive your father. I promise you, my baby, that I will never ever let you lack anything in your life, my dear.
Shankar's daughter was a new ray of hope in his life. That is why Shankar named her Asha. As Asha was growing up, she became closer to her dad. One day after dinner, both father and daughter lay outside to see the stars. Then Asha asked her father,
Daddy, the teacher said today that God cannot be everywhere, and that is why he made mom. But I do not have a mom, Daddy.
Asha, do you know? Your mother watches us from the sky. Now she is an angel. So he has sent me here to play the role of both of your parents.
Really?
Yes, my dear child, really.
In reality, Shankar meant each word he said. From cooking her food to tying her hair, from studies to teaching her good morals. Shankar was a responsible father. Even the villagers could not believe how well Shankar handled both farming and the home. But there were some issues on which Shankar had no control, and those were questions from Asha's friends.
Asha, don't you terribly miss your mother? Only to stay with your father must be difficult. What are you talking about? My father is my world. And talking about my mother, well, she never left me. My dad tells us she watches us from the sky.
As soon as Asha said this, all her friends started laughing at her. Seeing that Asha leaves from there, Shankar saw Asha crying that night. He understood that her friends must have said something to her. Shankar knew exactly how to make Asha happy. Shankar made Asha's favorite dish and went to Asha with a plate of pumpkin curry. Asha was happy seeing the food and said to her father,
Daddy, you already know about my weaknesses, don't you? If you are there with me, what's more I can ask for?
Well, that was the thing. My dear child, look, it's nothing wrong in missing your mother. But please never feel like you are all alone. My dear, I'm always with you like your shadow.
They both hugged each other, and then a few more years passed. Asha had matured and her virtues were widely discussed. She was also very intelligent in her studies, and she was always in the news for another reason, her painting. With the qualities, the villagers expected her to become a collector or an officer. But Asha was completely absorbed in her paintings, and Shankar was delighted to see her working so honestly. Shankar, within a few years, gets his beloved daughter to marry a good person.
My daughter, always be happy. My dear, always keep your father in mind.
Daddy, you're my world. How can I ever forget you?
Asha was always in touch with Shankar. Years have passed. Shankar had been called up to the city by Asha for a program. Even after Shankar repeatedly said no, Asha refused to listen to him and called her father to the city. With great respect, Asha welcomed Shankar into her home. They left for the program after taking some rest.
Dear, where are we going?
Don't worry, Dad. You'll soon get to know.
Shankar noticed huge buildings when he got out of the car. As soon as they went inside, Shankar noticed that a large number of paintings had been hung on the large wall in front of them. Shankar was looking at all the paintings, but he became emotional when he saw one of them. It was a painting of a small girl and her father, where the father is feeding the child and the girl busy with her studies. The painting was titled as Baap Ki Mamta. The award went to that painting. Then Asha appears from behind and touches his feet. She says,
One who always took care of me and who played the role of both mom and dad. This is my heartfelt thanks to my father.
In the very next moment, father and the daughter embraced each other. Asha's husband saw them with a smile. A father is like a solid foundation of a house. We are safe and secure in his presence. His love is similar to air. Air is invisible to our eyes, but it is omnipresent.
In a village named Stilo, there lived two farmer friends who were wealthy. They had 3 farms each. They had so many cows and cattle. They were the richest farmers of the village. Despite all the wealth, they were not happy. They desired to increase their wealth more and more. Except for these 2 farmers, there was another farmer in the village who was poor. He had only 1 farm and a cow, whom he used to love very much. Despite being poor, he was very happy and used to live his life peacefully. Every night before going to sleep, he used to thank God for whatever he has given him. The 2 rich farmers used to see that poor farmer always happy. Seeing him this happy, they used to worry about.
Brother, despite of being a poor farmer, how is he so happy?
He isn't wealthy like us. Neither he has farms and cattle like us. Despite of that, how he could be so happy?
Whenever they used to meet him, they used to make fun of him and his destitution, and used to show off their opulence. But the poor farmer remains calm. But none of this used to affect him, which made them even more furious. Days passed like this. One day, both of the rich farmers decided to upset the poor farmer and visit to that poor farmer. They said,
Give us your cow, and in return we will give you 100 silver coins, which is enough for your cow.
The poor farmer denied to sell his cow as he was very affectionate about it, and he didn't want to sell his cow at any cost. His denial to sell the cow didn't go well with the rich farmers, and they thought of taking revenge.
See how arrogant he is. Don't even listen to us. Now wait and watch what we will do to you.
That night, both the rich farmers went to the poor farmer's farm and set all his crops on fire so that the poor farmer has to sell his cow for money. The next morning, when the poor farmer woke up and went to his farm, he started crying, seeing his farm in this condition.
Oh God, I haven't done wrong to anyone. Then why has someone burned all my crops? What will I do now?
He was very upset and came home all the way crying. Now he was having cash crunch and didn't had enough money to buy food for his cow. Seeing this, the farmer said,
How will she survive without food? It's better to sell her. At least somewhere someone will keep her happy. Please forgive me for this. I have no other way.
He decided to sell his cow. So he took it to another village. He also took 10 silver coins along with him. While crossing a forest on the way, he thought,
If someone attacks and takes all the silver coins from me,
that's why he hides the bag of silver coins in the cow's bell collar. After walking all day, he felt tired and thought of resting in a lodge. And he tied the cow with a pole of lodge and went inside. Suddenly, a silver coin dropped from the cow's bell collar, which the owner of the lodge noticed.
I think it's a magical cow, which gives silver coins. Maybe this silver has also come from this cow.
When the poor farmer came outside the lodge after resting, the owner of the lodge asked him.
Hey mister, where are you going?
Then the poor farmer said,
I am going to another village to sell my cow.
Hearing this, the owner of the lodge became happy and he said,
You don't need to go to another village. I'll buy your cow.
The owner of the lodge gave the farmer 1,000 silver coins and asked him for his cow. The amount was much more than the cow's actual price. Thinking this as God's signal, the farmer sold his cow to the lodge owner and happily returned to his village. After returning back home, the farmer started counting the silver coins when suddenly the wealthy farmers came to visit him and were surprised to see that the poor farmer has 1,000 silver coins. So they asked the poor farmer,
From where did you get all these silver coins?
Then the poor farmer answered smiling,
I have sold my cow and got these silver coins in return.
The wealthy farmers were upset thinking that now the poor farmer will buy more cattle with these coins and will become wealthier than them. A bad deed has a bad result.